What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Tandem Fandom. I'm Mick.
I'm Courtney.
And we are covering Backlash, the first Smackdown pay-per-view since the brand split.
Yes.
It was so incredible.
Good.
Like, we gotta put that right up front.
Good job, everybody.
Really enjoyed the show. Really enjoyed it for a few reasons. The biggest reason we said this multiple times through the pay-per-view, probably say it multiple times here, they gave everyone time.
Yes. They didn't just pack it so full of matches that some of them were... There were no throwaway matches here. There was nothing where you just, look at your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
That was...
Well, there was one match that could have been in that,
was
but...
a last minute kind of throw it together real quick because we need something to fill this spot.
Pretty much, because if you didn't, you would have had a huge hole of time.
Right.
But it was great. They kicked off the show. Well, actually, on the pre-show, they did Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. We did not know this was happening, so we missed this match.
So we totally missed it, but Baron won. Go figure.
Yeah. I'd really like to know what they intend to do with Apollo. I mean, it seems like they have a pretty clear vision for Baron.
Yeah, Apollo is just, ever since he's debuted, he's just been kind of in this limbo.
Yeah,
and he's awesome. He's extremely athletic.
Yeah.
And maybe he needs a little bit more with the microphone. Maybe he needs a little bit more with promo time. I'm not sure because we haven't really seen a lot of that. He worked a little bit with Stardust, and that's kind of the last thing that he's done aside from of saying his name to Seth Rollins. You
know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit, and it's not exactly like the situation, but a lot of the backstage stuff, a lot of the character stuff that we've seen with Apollo reminds me of when Dolph Ziggler first debuted as Dolph and was literally walking around backstage and he was like, "Hi, Dolph Ziggler. My name's Dolph Ziggler." Like, literally, it's what it reminds me of, because when you look back at that, what the hell was that? Like, and that's how I feel when I see a lot of stuff that Apollo's doing. I kind of was surprised he got called up when he did. From an in-ring standpoint, he's incredible and he's amazing, but I feel like he could have used to develop a little bit more of like who he is, what he's about outside of being this amazing athlete, because the potential is there.
Absolutely.
He could be huge for them, but I just feel like you give him something to grab onto. It's kind of like Neville. Neville doesn't, it's the same thing, amazing in the ring, but he doesn't have that, like, this is who I am, this is what I'm about type of thing, that character. But that aside, they kicked the official show off, the pay-per-view off, with a six-pack challenge.
Which blew my mind.
I was really surprised. When you looked at Smackdown and you looked at the roster for their women, there were a lot of question marks because, no disrespect, but Carmella, Alexa Bliss, they're just coming up from NXT.
Right.
Really starting to get a grasp of how to do it, and I was impressed.
Ever since they really started featuring Alexa Bliss on NXT, I was like, she's got it. She's got something, and she's really gonna start honing it in and just rock it to the top. And when she came out, well, she's ever since she's been drafted, every time she comes out, you feel it.
She's definitely, it clicks.
Yeah.
It's clicked for her. She knows what she is.
And when she comes out in the Harley costume, oh my God! I was like, there it is. There she is. That's my Bliss. That's my Bliss.
That's my
sweet baby Bliss.
No, it was awesome. The Harley.
She just, with her attitude and her throwing tantrums and and stuff, I love it.
It's fantastic. I mean, she's finally kind of zeroed in on what she's about. We loved the Harley Quinn cosplay. Of course, Nikki Bella had the Wonder Woman cosplay, which was also really cool. But it's kind of funny because I think when you look at SmackDown and you look at their division, every woman on the show, they have an identity, they have a character, or they have
extremely unique.
Yeah, and they have something that, maybe not like a strong character, but they have something that they've embraced that makes them recognizable, like Naomi with the Feel the Glow.
Right.
Like, it's that kind of, this is how I stand out.
Yeah.
And it's great. I think it's fantastic. This match exceeded expectations. There was one kind of moment with Naomi and Natty she tried to throw it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it was really impressive.
And everyone looked great and had really cool outfits, except for Becky.
Yeah, it was a little weird because she...
Of all people.
Yeah, she does a lot of really cool things and you know, is usually kind of turns it up for pay-per-views in terms of the wardrobe.
Like
but
hats and steampunk gears and stuff, and she just comes out in like a tank top and shorts.
Straight fire, except for the outfit. She did win though, which was awesome. You know, I don't think you could have really have taken this in any other direction. She didn't need all her
accessories because she was.
Yeah, she's got that one accessory, brother. She got that strap.
She was so cute because she was like she didn't know how to hold it, and she was like, "That's why I got these boulder shoulders."
Becky Balboa, baby.
You're
like,
adorable.
It was really cool. You know. Very deserving of her.
Yes, it's about time. She's never held a belt before. And,
well, in NXT, WWE. I think she was champion in a few organizations when she was younger. I've seen pictures of her when she was like 19 with a belt.
Oh, so. She's never held a WWE belt before.
No, never. But very deserving, I think. The idea was really establish her as the strong new face of SmackDown. I think this does it. It was great. Really
I thought
exciting.
Maybe they would have given it to Nikki just because, but it's kind of neat that they didn't.
I did too. I really expected like it's going to be Becky and Nikki as the last two, which it wasn't, which was kind of a cool surprise. But I'm with you. I thought like I could see them going Nikki Bella, but I think it's better that they didn't. It's showing the faith that they have in Becky. And again, we're seeing kind of things play off of things that happened in the draft with Becky was the first woman that they drafted to SmackDown, so you're seeing why now in the performance in the ring. So,
and it's particularly indicative of the new era of women's wrestling. Yeah,
so you know, kudos to Becky, you know, awesome stuff. So we got another round of the tag tournament. We got the Hype Bros versus the Usos, or the Evil Usos, as we call them, because they're bad
they
now.
Took the
they're
paint
bad
off.
boys. They're all
black
like
and white. They're all like.
They came out and they're all like,
mugging.
"We did it for you, Rock. We did it for the people. We did it for our kids." Oos. Like, no, I talked about this before. The fact that the Usos were kind of given, let's put them back into the tournament, even though they just completely destroyed American Alpha and injured, but whatever. Great match. This one felt a little shorter than a lot of the other matches. Like, I thought this one could have gone a little longer than it did, but it was still solid. I think Hype Bros are a good tag team.
Yeah, they work really well. I hate Zach's solo thing has kind of just stopped.
That's what I was going to say. As much as I enjoy the Hype Bros, I think Zack Ryder is so much better on his own. I think he should get kind of that singles run. I think that they have something really great with Zack. And I even think Mojo could do really well on his own. Like,
he could.
Yeah, team up now and again, but I honestly think they're better by themselves because I don't see the Hype Bros as heels, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they could never change in the division. You
know, it's tough just because of like you can't be like the high energy bad guy.
I would say the heel Hype Bros are the Blake and Murphy factor, and we see how that worked out.
But good match, of course. The Evil Usos were victorious. You know, going towards the finale against Slater and Rhino, or Sly. No.
I think they
Raider?
had a name for him. They had a name for him, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So next we have what I definitely felt was the match of the evening, which was Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. And
any match that either of these guys are in is going to be the match of the evening. So when you put them together, of course they're going to steal the show.
Again, I think when you look at The Miz, and he gets a lot of criticism, from different people, longtime fans, for, oh, he's terrible, he can't do this, he can't do that. This match showed why The Miz has been around for 10 years, why he's been champion, why he can lose for like 8 months straight, yet then, boom, he's back in the mix, he's relevant, and he's doing crazy stuff. And because he's great. Again, it goes back to what we've talked about so much, beat the dead horse of he knows the character.
Yes.
He knows the Miz.
He knows
is
the
dialed
character, and he can make that character be in whatever role he happens to be in. No acting puns intended.
You know, he reminds me in a lot of ways of like a Ric Flair. Someone's gonna get pissed because I said that. And by that I mean that you can put him in there with anybody, and he can make sure they shine because of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like if you look at his style, he doesn't take a lot of risks. He doesn't take any crazy bumps. But it's effective. It helps the other guy look good,
yeah.
and it helps the other guy work off of what he's doing. But he's gonna get his moves in, and it's gonna look good. So kudos to the Miz. You know, he's such a great heel. And Dolph Ziggler, who is, I've said it in the past, he is the good guy version of the Miz.
Exactly.
He's just that high energy, ultimate, good guy. I really think he's a great heel, but I think he taps in really well to being a good guy.
Scrappy underdog collegiate wrestling, always pinning with the... I love it.
Yeah, of course.
He makes it look like he is dying when he gets hit.
He does, and it's enjoyable. I mean, I love watching these two work against each other.
Yeah, I would watch them fight forever.
I'd watch them go against each other as Colonel Sanders and a chicken. Like,
that was a pretty good match.
I would watch that match. Of course, they did the nice little reference to CM Punk's debut, where the opening match, Miz comes out, Dolph immediately takes him down and just beats the hell out of him. So that was, if you had watched the fight,
the rear naked and everything.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Of course, it was a back and forth match, and at a couple points I was like, they're gonna let Dolph take it. This is his moment, and Maurice, of course, just
she saw it too. She saw what you were seeing.
Yeah, the perfect addition to the Miz character has been Maurice, because it took him from here to here. I think with Maurice, you can arguably very easily push Miz back up to being world champion again.
Yeah.
Like, I think you really can.
She just solidifies the character.
Yeah, help him win along the way the whole time. And of course, he's just like, I'm the greatest wrestler in the world. And she just keeps helping him win and win and win. But she pepper sprayed, we think, some sort of spray into Dolph's eyes, which I did have a slight criticism, and maybe this is why they did it, because I was like, well, damn it! Dolph had him if it hadn't been for that damn Maurice. But, we've seen him get in the face of Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Seen him, cause him problem and ruckus. Why the hell did Daniel Bryan not walk down and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa! We're not having this match in that way. Referee, restart the match!
Yeah, ring the bell, no DQ, something.
Or something, or something. It just...
Yeah, that was kind of a missed opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I know they're leading into it, they're taking it into a different journey, but it just... It's one of those things, again, of like, well, you've got this good guy, GM, or commissioner, whatever the hell he's called. GM, yeah. He's never really doing good guy type things like, hey, Usos, you're back in the tournament, even though you just killed Chad Gable. Hey, Miz, your wife just helped you win by cheating.
Well,
yeah, and it's, ooh, I tell you, Miz, ooh, and it's like, dude, you're in charge. Yeah. Like, you're supposed to be the foil for the bad guys.
We got Mick Foley coming out, like, all the time, like, hey.
Yeah, and you know what? That's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be in charge, be in charge.
Yeah.
So, but that aside, just a minor thing. The match was incredible.
Yes.
Incredible match. Yes. So we were supposed to get Bray and Randy Orton.
Randy was not medically cleared for the match because of the however many staples in his head.
I also think it's like a concussion protocol type thing too.
Yeah.
But so of course they play this off. Bray jumps him backstage. But what I did like is Bray comes down and they say Randy can't compete. However,
so he forfeits, and then Bray's like, "No, ring the bell, count him out. I win the match." I liked that a lot.
I did too. Now, the next moment is a moment that a lot of people were really heavily criticizing, which was it was a no DQ match where Kane comes down You know, they go kind of back and forth. Some pretty solid match considering. Bray actually has really good chemistry with Kane, I think. But Randy, of course, comes down. He hits an RKO.
Kane pins him.
And, you know, a lot of people are upset, and I completely understand why. And part of me kind of agrees. Why the hell is Kane beating Bray? What does that do for Kane? Kane shouldn't be beating Bray, the blah, blah, blah. But I think the whole point, make Bray more pissed at Randy.
Exactly.
It wasn't about Kane, it was about Randy.
No, it wasn't about Kane. It was about, do we want to put on a freak show match, or do we just run promos for like 15 minutes? What would you have rather have seen?
I'll take the freak show.
I'll take the freak show.
I'll take the freak show.
Like,
I'm not the freak. No.
I just feel like Kane is always sitting behind Gorilla, full costume,
chilling,
eating a donut, and waiting for the call. Be like, oh, somebody's hurt. Hang on, put on the mask. There he goes. Brrr. But because that's what he does. He's a good brother, and he is there for us.
He is. Fair enough.
He's a good brother of destruction.
I like it. I mean, of course, they're building more. Bray and Randy will meet.
Slithering out and RKOing him,
being a snake man. You know, so I'm enjoying the build between Bray and Randy. I think that's a great feud, and I'm excited to see it actually culminate in a match. So maybe don't make matches when guys aren't cleared. Yeah. Just a thought.
They didn't know what was going to happen.
You know, he's got a crater in his head.
They already made the match before that, didn't they?
No. No, I don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So we got to the moment. Will the Cinderella story hit midnight, Maggle? Or Morrow? Or David? Somebody.
Byron.
Where's Byron? Slater and Rhino versus the Evil Usos for the inaugural SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Great match.
It really was.
Really great match. I think it goes back again. I think when you look at it, it illustrates why Heath Slater has been around as long as he has, because there are 2 members of the infamous Nexus faction that are still actively wrestling in WWE, which would be Heath Slater and Darren Young. Would you have ever guessed that the last 2 in WWE actively wrestling would have been Heath Slater and Darren Young? No.
Yeah.
You would have said Wade Barrett, Daniel Bryan, probably Ryback.
Yeah.
But I don't really count him because he had a gimmick change. He went from Skip Sheffield to becoming Ryback. So the original gimmicks of Heath Slater and Darren Young are the only 2 that remain. But, well, here we are. One-man band. He's got 1,000 kids to feed. Great match. Loved it. I was excited that they let Slater and Rhino win. I was surprised, too.
Yeah, that was something. I'm still a little flabbergasted by it, because it was just it seemed like such a ragtag thing to happen in the first place. Like, they just needed an extra team. Yeah. And then they kept winning.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool moment, and you know, I know some people were like, okay, can we go back to not caring about Heath Slater again? And I'm like, hey man, like, you can't, don't be fair weather, like, still cheer. You know he's gonna lose the damn belt, like, you know, buy a shirt.
But now I can get
help him out.
Yeah.
He's got kids.
Now I can get a double wide. So and Rhino's getting an above ground pool.
Exactly. And Rhino, you know, this really helps his political campaign, because he was like, I am a tag team champion, or was inaugural tag team champion.
Works well with others.
Yes, works well to work for you. Vote for Rhino. It was a cool match, really liked it. But the main event of the evening, the phenomenal AJ Styles against Dean Ambrose.
Dean doesn't really have anything to do.
I don't know. I got nothing. This was pretty solid. I mean, I think AJ could go out and have a match with a broom and it would look amazing. Yeah. This was a really good match. Everything said to me before this match, I'm like, AJ has to win.
Right.
You know, you have to have that.
Well, you know, they fucking didn't give it to Dolph, so...
Yeah, well, and, you know, you look at AJ, he beat John Cena clean, middle of the ring. You gotta capitalize off that.
Yeah,
like, at this point, I don't think Dean needed a win. I really don't. Like, it's weird to say, but I feel like he's established, he's there, people accept him for who he is, short of, like, you flip him heel, you flip AJ, you know, babyface, like, I don't know, but a decent match, but I think AJ should have been the one in this position to be the champion. And what a cool moment, you know, not only former Ring of Honor Pure Champion, TNA World Champion, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, now WWE Champion. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, you know? And really, there's one person to thank for this. And it's not AJ Styles. It's Dixie Carter in TNA Wrestling.
For being bad?
Yeah. Think about it. If they renewed AJ's contract and maybe pay him like what he wanted or just pay him money, but just kept him there.
Right.
He never leaves. He never goes back to ROH and he never goes to New Japan to become the leader of the Bullet Club. He never becomes IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Doesn't have those matches with Nakamura. Doesn't have the matches with Okada. He then does not get the opportunity to go to WWE and not get sent to NXT as JP Fashions. You know, he became the friggin' hottest thing in professional wrestling today, all because they're dumb and let him go. Because he did get an offer to go to NXT when they originally let him go.
Yeah.
Yep. It was for low money, and it was, hey, we're going to send you to NXT. Because at the time, that's what you did. You got your name changed, and you went to NXT. But AJ became the freaking biggest name in professional wrestling.
The face that runs the place.
And now we beat John Cena, and he's the face that runs the place. He doesn't have that, he's got this.
And the best hair in the business.
It was a great show.
I liked the ref bump. And
oh yeah, I forget. Oh yeah, the match itself.
I like that it wasn't a planned ref bump, and like the club didn't run out or anything. It was just an accidental ref bump. AJ noticed what was happening and nailed Dean in the pills. The ultimate opportunist. The ultimate weapon in the WWE, a kick to the junk. Yep. You know, great match, great pay-per-view, great match. I'm excited for Clash of Champions because they have to compete with this. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, and two, just the prospect of like, oh, hey, they're gonna have time for matches. And we're gonna see all different people. It's fantastic. I think that was another really great, refreshing thing, too, is just different faces, you know? That's the best part about the brand split. Is it really is kind of like watching different promotions in a way. Well, it used to be Raw, and then SmackDown would be Diet Raw. Yep. Or Raw Recap. Yeah. And then the pay-per-views would just be all the Raw storylines that they recapped on SmackDown. Pretty much. But we are truly in a new era. Hashtag new era. So let us know what you guys think of the pay-per-view in the comments below. What was the top match for you? And are you excited to see AJ Styles as WWE Champion? As the face that runs the place even more, because now he's got a belt. If you enjoyed the video, give us that thumbs up. If you really enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button at the end of the video. Of the video, that sorry. Of the video. That was the end of my sentence. The subscribe button will not be there. It will be at the end of the video. Yes. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep up with all of our off-camera antics. And as we always say here on Tandem Fandom, if you're gonna be a fan, bring a friend.